If you refer back to Part 5 in the Dixie Valley video series, you will have directions to the canyon where we will begin our exploration. Today, though, I am going to do something a little different, and that is park the car about a quarter mile before the spur road mentioned in Part 5. This will be at a large wide spot with a cattle trough sitting in the middle. It will be obvious from the road to wonder. So let's take a look at exactly where we shall be today. From the cattle trough, this is what you shall see. Now, looking just off to the center left, do you see the two conspicuous mine portals? There they are. Now we'll pan to the north so we see the mine video 5 finished with a little closer view. Now we swing around to the two portals. And this is where we finish up today. Right there. So today, from the car and the trough, I just hiked dead east to the canyon entrance. Here are the coordinates. North 39 degrees, 19.288 by 118 degrees, 07.657. I did not see it last time, but there is a collapsed house at the canyon's entrance. Proceeding up the canyon about 2 clicks, we come to our house. Looking back, here is the car. Looking east, on the left side you see the two portholes in the picture. Now, this canyon bifurcates shortly, and we want to head up the more narrow canyon to the right. Really, you can't get lost here because you never lose sight of the portholes. So here is a smaller canyon with the portals above. There is some nice water-worn quartzy type bedrock here, and it would do justice to metal detect the wash. Now, climbing more steeply out of the canyon, we pass a small prospect. Not much here, but you can see the iron-rich ground where they were chasing quartz. So we arrive at the first portal, and the host rock appears to be some type of limestone, very heavy in silica. Sometimes there is foliation, which would be like slate, where it shears in long, angular lengths. And here we see mineralization arrested within. This is most likely what the miners were in search of. This porthole is very short and uninteresting. Let's take a look inside. Not a whole lot of mineralization here. Hey, that's why it's a prospect. The second porthole has a lot of color. They obviously worked from the top down and uncovered the walk one halfway through in the platform that we have today. Beyond the floor, the mine continues its slope about another 5 feet. There is nice coloration here, and the material is crumbly, indicative of geothermal origins. Incidentally, the green here is serpentine, not carbonate. All of the areas today I simply detected with my Falcon. I did not pan any of the laminite. Because of its coloration, this prospect deserves detection with a deeper sensing metal detector. This part gets steep, but continue upwards and hug the south side of the ridge. From this vantage point, the mines above are hidden, but they are just calling your name. Taking about 15 minutes, the next area you come to was another exploration in iron oxides. It almost looks like someone took a backhoe to make the exposure, but I have no idea how they would haul such a thing up here. For another perspective, let's look down at our site. The next mine is the most interesting in today's video. It has magnificent colors and proceeds straight into the mountain for at least 30 feet. There is a bit of sloughing at the entrance, probably from sudden downpours, but beyond that the mine looks safe. The tunnel follows several horizontal zones of well-demarcated mineralization, and I got a few minor hits in various places with the Falcon. Note in the picture here, you can see the pickaxe markings from the original miners. Immediately above this mine is another. It only proceeds back maybe 10 feet, but it has modest colorations. I got a reasonable hit from this iron lug. When I sectioned it, there were tiny quartz strings weaving through it. Above this we have another series of mines, all fairly small. Look at the mineralization on the left side mid-picture. When we look closer, we see strong hematite staining, hematite being a type of iron. Combine this with a yellow-orange magnesium, and this is the kind of spot gold precipitates out of its acidic environment. Incidentally, switch green for the magnesium, and you have copper chlorite, which generally picks up the gold and carries it further along. Following this, in our upward climb, there are a few more mining sites. These are not very interesting. But this one is. This is just a moderate tunnel prospect, but the colorations are wonderful, and there are lots of them. Plus, here again, you can trace the pickaxe markings of the original miners. The absolute final mine, I simply ran out of time to reach. I love the coloration in those tailings, but we need to leave it at this point. So back down we go. Along the way, there are a few more prospects. I don't think any are particularly interesting, but here they are so you know.